Hello, everyone. Welcome back to season 4.
I can't do math. The math was not math, and I was trying to do 4, 8, and 12. Wait, is it 4, 8, 12?
Yes.
Okay.
Welcome back to season 4 of Grown Ups the podcast. Yes, it's been a minute. Yes, it has.
It's been a hot second, guys. We missed you. Really and truly, we just missed talking to each other. But it's been a while, man. We haven't recorded since, was it May?
Yeah.
Guys, you know what it was, yeah? Let's just be real. Life technical difficulties, for one. Believe it or not, we're back with the same software.
After cussing out the software, turns out it is actually the best software out there for what we need it for.
The best of a bad bunch. So we're back with the same software, but we're hoping that we can bring you the content that we want to be bringing you. But yeah, I feel like we should just jump straight in. This episode is just going to be like a cheeky update of our lives, guys, because it's what we're here for.
Honestly, it is a shame that it was the last episode, because when I say went from turmoil
Yeah, boy.
after that episode. So as you guys know, or if you recall, I said that I was sitting my CFA exam. So I sat it that weekend after the final episode, and I was like, this year, I was feeling so stressed, wasn't I?
Mate, it was so unlike Maggie.
It's so funny because Joanna said the same thing. She was like, she was living with me at the time. Oh my God, I live alone now as well. That's another update.
So many updates, guys.
She was living with me at the time, and she was like, I've never seen you like that before. Which is mad, because I really thought I was holding it down.
No, in terms of everything you had going on, girl, it wasn't just your exam.
Yeah, it was a lot. There was a lot going on.
Maggie was trying to upskill in every area of her life all at the same time. It was mad.
It was mad.
And yet, you only had, one breakdown?
I had one breakdown. I had one.
That's
just the one.
I did my little APC, and I'm sure I had at least 10.
Yeah. But let me tell you what happened when I sat my exam. So it's an online exam. I didn't want to go in person because I'm risk averse. I was thinking about all the possible things that could go wrong. And I was like, if I go in person, TFL could have a strike that day. And it was quite a far away. It wasn't like an hour. It was a bit longer. There could be all sorts of things happening. And at the time, TFL was doing a lot of strikes. And I was like, I might be late. I might not be able to find it. I'd rather do it at home.
Who wants to sit on the train thinking about, like, you're going to your exam and you're like, right, I've got to catch my train at this time.
Exactly.
Nobody wants to do that.
It was too much. And my colleagues have done it remotely because they don't live in the UK. So I felt chill about it. I was like, I'm going to do it remotely, not a problem. I sit down, I do the exam. I'm feeling nervous, but I'm feeling like, okay, no, I'm answering the questions well. And because you're doing it live, there's someone watching you at all times to make sure you're not checking your phone, you're not looking at notes. Like when you log in, you're on video and you have to show him underneath your table. You have to show the plug sockets. Like you have to show him everything to prove that you're not cheating.
How do I sign up? What do you reckon they get paid? That's like quite a good side hustle.
It is.
Imagine you're just chilling watching TV in the weekend. You're like, oh yeah, just pretend to watch them.
Yeah. Isn't it? Well, this guy, he was like, yeah, everything's fine. Like all good. Let's get started. So I'm doing the exam. The exam's 2 hours and 20. At this point, I'm like, I've got like half an hour left. And luckily I've finished the exam questions. So I was like, great, I can go back and read everything to make sure that like I've answered as I want to, blah, blah. As I'm doing that, the guy messages me and he's like, your camera's off. And I'm like, no, it ain't.
Excuse you?
I can't turn off the camera. Like, no, it's not. Like, it disables your computer entirely. So I couldn't do anything. He was like, yes, it is. I was like, no, it isn't. He was like, I'm going to have to shut down this exam.
I don't know why I was still reacting. Like, I know this story, but it's so intense.
He was like, I'm going to have to shut it down. And I was like, I'm texting him like, please don't. Because all I have is the chat function. And he's like, take down this code. And I was like, I can't take it down because I'm not allowed my phone. I'm not allowed a pen and paper. I'm not allowed to do anything. And then all of a sudden, the whole exam shuts down. I'm like, no way. I go to the CFA website. I'm like, what's happening? Obviously, it's a weekend. I'm calling CFA. No one's answering, obviously.
Oh, man.
I've sent a furious email like, I can't believe... I'm traumatized talking about this. I can't believe this is happening, blah, blah, like explained everything that happened. And then I cried. Like, I was like,
girl,
I haven't cried like that since I was like a child. I was like, you know that
Yes,
crying.
yes.
It was like I could not breathe, and like I called my mum and I told her what happened, and then she was like, "You need to get outside. There's nothing you can do. Shut down your laptop and just get outside. Go swimming or something."
I love it.
I was like, "Stop shouting at me," because I'm already upset. And I was honestly, I thought that was the end of my life, like,
Yeah.
because you know I'd been through it. I'd been through it to get to that point. And then it was my friend's birthday that day.
Oh my god. This was the day we were both from the O2.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
Guys, I got bomber clotted. Like the thing is I wasn't a mess. I was in really high
I
spirits.
didn't see her, so no comment.
I wasn't like yakking or anything. I was just blasted.
Love it.
Like
Energy.
I did get kicked out of the venue we were at. But I had a great time.
Fantastic.
Ellie was at the same venue as me, but we didn't bump into each other, which I'm glad we didn't, because if I bumped into you, I would have been like, Ellie, you won't believe what happened. Then I would have had a crying drunk session. It would have been cute.
Yeah, girl.
But yeah, so then I'm panicking, thinking, oh my God, I'm going to have to resit this exam. And that month they were changing the syllabus. So I have to learn the new syllabus. I was like, it's taken me 9 months to learn the syllabus. Like, no way am I doing it again. And then God was like, I got you. I get a letter in the post saying that I passed the exam. I don't know how.
Well, you know how, because you worked fucking hard, but technology was not with you. Maybe it's you that's jinxed.
Oh, if you did the podcast on your own, you'd be fine.
So next week, guys, it will just be me.
Yeah, but I think, so what happened is that I'd answered the questions correctly.
Yeah.
And up until where my camera malfunctioned, it was okay. So I think they took that, and God put his hand on the moderator and was like, she deserves to pass. And I was so relieved.
It's probably slightly good that he just luck off. Like, he was just like, nah. Because you couldn't have changed any answers in the time that your camera went off and he just shut down the tape.
Yeah. So...
But it was a scary wait. How long did you have to wait?
Oh, guys, it took like 3 weeks or something. It was 21 working days.
I remember I would like chat with Maggie and I'd be like, you're right. She's like, yeah, just try not to think about it. 3 weeks!
I was so pissed as well, because it's like, I really wanted to celebrate. Yeah. And it took that away from me because I was so pissed. And then by the time it came around, obviously I was really happy and relieved. But like, I was just so pissed that the experience got so soured. But she's got her CFA now, so never doing that again. Never.
Bad bitch. Isn't there 2 more levels?
There are, but I'm not doing it.
She's like, absolutely not. I've done it. I've achieved it. To be fair, that is such an accomplishment. Like, darling, chef's kiss. You've done it.
Yeah. To be honest, like,
done it.
In this career life that we're trying to get, you do need to keep on studying. I think... I stopped after my master's and doing the CFA. There was 2 years, and I felt ready to study, and I enjoyed studying. So I think in 2 years maybe I'll do another qualification. But for now, I'm staying tight.
Honey, you're done. Guys, I came straight. I literally did 6th form, GCSEs, A levels, degree, APC. When I tell you I am done, you could not pay me to learn again.
It's too much.
No, there's other stuff I want to learn, like golf for the 3rd time.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I bought clubs, brother. They're still sat there. Can't even hit the ball, but it's another story for another day.
So what have you been up to since we last recorded on May the 22nd?
Guys! So, I obviously said when I was in like our last ep that I'd moved teams. I moved teams early May.
Oh, yeah.
Not me, the math, not mathing again. How long have I been in my team? Maybe, let's say 4 or 5 months now. Is that correct?
No.
May, June, July, rotted 3 months. Can I just say I guessed that?
And you guessed wrong.
I'm actually like, I have a fear of maths, which is mad because I used to be so good at it. Like, if I'm on the spot, I will not do the equation in my head. I will guess because I'm like, absolutely not.
I have the biggest fear of maths, to the point where my manager the other day, we were in the office, she was like, who here is good at maths? I was like, I'm busy. Like, oh.
Who?
I've just realised my trousers. Guys, you know, sometimes you just have to undo the trousers because it's uncomfortable.
It's fine. You guys watching on YouTube cannot see the situation down below. But our second camera for Instagram, we won't be sharing those clips.
But yes, anyway, so you're in your new team now.
Yeah, I'm in my new team. I'm 3 months in. And when I say it's been eventful, yeah, I'll tell you why in a hot sec. I tested out being a little bit managerial, and it didn't go too well. But my team, guys, oh my god, phenomenal! Like, I'm obsessed.
Yeah, you
I
seem
love
a
it,
lot
and
happier.
it's so sad because like the salary in this profession is not top notch. But I could honestly see myself doing this for the rest of my life.
Really?
And it makes me sad because I'm not going to get rich doing this for the rest of my life, but I genuinely love it.
What would a head of department earn?
I don't even know, but not much. Probably less than my sister earns as a lawyer, and she ain't even like partner or nothing.
Oh.
Yeah, it's not great. It's not great.
Yeah.
First world problems. But I'm just loving it. It's phenomenal. It's everything I wanted. Like, I'm catching flights, baby. Like, I flew to Edinburgh. I've flown to Ireland. Like, I've been all over the gaff. I've just been enjoying, sitting there eating my French toast, trying out new cafes. Like,
Yeah.
it's lovely. Honestly, I feel like I could do a blog about all my inspections. Phenomenal. My team are amazing. Like, they're not... there's like lone wolves in my team who just don't want to go out. They're like, no, I don't network. That's not me. And I'm like, preach it, sister. And then there's people who want to be out all the time, and I'm like in between, so I can just go out when I want to go out, not go out when I don't want to.
Yeah, that's good.
Fantastic. So I'll just do a little highlight. Guys, we're probably going to do an episode on like managerial skills and all that. But I had an intern. I feel like this is like waving the flag, you know. But like, we're both from, would you say, low socioeconomic backgrounds? Like,
yes. Poor.
obviously,
Yes.
yeah, I'm not preaching poverty. Like, I was good as a child, but obviously there are opportunities that you're not afforded when you don't have the connections. I think that's what I was lacking
Yeah.
growing up. Like, I'm not screaming poverty, but I was lacking connections.
Yeah.
And so there's this charity at work that basically you mentor a student from a low socioeconomic background or from like a ethnic minority, and you support them. You give them an internship at your company so that they can form the connections that typically we would lack.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is amazing. I'm so here for this. Like, my internship was like a summer diversity internship and stuff like that. So I'm like, yes, I'm doing it, guys.
I had that too. So, and it really helped,
Yeah.
like genuinely. Yeah.
Mate, I actually think my internship was like one of the reasons I ended up getting my job, because it looked good on my CV. Like,
yeah.
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 So, and no one else had it. So I took an intern in, and I was like, this is going to be amazing. I am, as everyone knows, a control freak. So I was like, he's going to do
Somebody
this.
gonna match my freak?
Yes, sir. So I was like, he's going to do this, this, and this. Like, he's going to be amazing. I'm going to get him doing this. Guys, tell me why he came in, yeah? First day, he rocks up. He's got no bag, no notepad, no nothing.
No bag?
Nothing, no, honey. He just came.
Not even a water bottle? Like,
No. Oh, he had juice.
a juice box?
He had juice. Oh, it's not giving. He had low batties.
What's that?
Bro, I could see his panty. Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
His
yeah.
boxes were out?
Yes.
In an office environment?
Yes. And he had like, I feel like I'm being terrible talking about him like this, but he had a Nike waterproof jacket on, and you have to get a photo for your card. And I'm like, surely he's going to remove the jacket so that he looks a bit smarter. And he's not removing the jacket. I'm like, do you want to take off the jacket? I can hold it for you. Do you want to take off the jacket? Guys, like, and at the beginning I was like, I'm going to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's new, he's not used to an office environment, but come on.
Yeah, but I think that, because there's a case of like, okay, I don't have the clothes for an office.
Yeah.
But the Batty Riders, there's no... Sorry, the Batty Riders. Arse cheek out.
I didn't look it.
Is it low riders?
I always call them low batty. What are they? I don't know.
Anyways, the boxes out.
Yeah.
That's nothing to do with your wealth. That's just being intelligent and not having your boxes out in the office. Obviously.
Yeah.
I'm sure. Do they let him do that at school?
Probably.
Shake my head.
Mate, can I just say, yeah, the future generations, I'm concerned for them.
Tell me why, auntie.
I just don't feel we make them like we used to. I don't want to be Karen. just don't.
Yeah.
Like, mate, something needs to happen because there's not enough enforcement in schools. But anyways, I won't go into it because we're going to do a whole episode on leadership and stuff. But let me just tell you, late every day. Every day.
Oh my
One
gosh.
day, he called me. I shouldn't even be detailing this kind of stuff. I'm going to detail it. One day he called me. I think I told you this. He calls me at like 11 o'clock. I'm like, oh my God, where is he? Like, do I need to report this to safeguarding? Because they're young, like they're in sixth form. And he calls me. He was like, I'm really sorry. I've just woken up. And I was like,
do you not have an alarm?
He was like, yeah. He goes, so I must have turned off all my alarms, so I must be sick. That was what he said. I said, honey.
Oh
I just called up and be like, I'm so sorry. I was up all last night really ill. I missed all my alarms this morning.
Innit, at least lie good.
Mate.
If you're going to lie good.
I missed my alarm, so I must be sick. First time I've heard it. First and last time I will ever hear it, I'm sure of it.
That is just unprofessional.
Honey, he would take long lunch breaks. He would sit there on the phone to his friends who were also doing the internship on Teams, chatting in slang. And like, just not about work. Guys, it was the most emotional experience I've ever had in my whole entire life.
Yeah, no.
And after the first week, I sat him down and I was like, look, I feel you. Life's hard. The office environment is different.
Yeah.
You can't be your normal self.
Yeah.
And I was like, look, next week we're going to do better. And the first 2 days of the following week, I was like, yeah, we've got this. He's going to improve. Then it fell to shit. He was late every single day after that. Every single day.
It shocks me because the background is that you were mentoring him a while before he started the internship, and he seemed like really motivated, right?
Ish.
Well, he seemed like he wants to get places.
Yeah, actually, yeah. He was very, he was very ambitious. He was always late to my mentoring sessions, and I said to him before he started, I was like, whatever you do not be late when you do your internship. Yeah.
That's terrible.
It was a struggle. But I am here for like social mobility charities.
Yeah, of course.
But from now on, I'm not going to lie, I would say if I was told that I was going to have another intern, I would want to interview them.
And I can't lie, there's so many kids out there who would benefit from that. And I feel like he didn't take that opportunity and like run with it. Like, I'm always like, if any door ever opens for me, I'm running through it like Usain Bolt. Like, you're not, there's no shadow of a doubt that I'm going to do my absolute best and not take the piss. Like, those are basic things. We haven't even got to his level of work, the quality of his work. This is just basic, obviously be on time, look presentable, and
don't
speak
sit there
properly.
On the phone.
Yeah, like, it's just, these are things he should be doing at school anyways.
Yeah, boy. It was a really emotional experience, and I just won't be signing up for that again anytime soon.
Yeah.
It was really disappointing. But talking about Usain Bolt, this summer was actually elite. Like, why? The sports.
Oh, Olympics.
Wimbledon, Olympics, the Euros. Like, we have in our office, we are above like a square. Do you know what they call them in central London? Like the garden squares.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
They got it. We just there with our pins.
The square.
And guys, it was just elite. Like, we had the massive screen showing Wimbledon, showing the Olympics. They had like food trucks. So I would get tacos. They had Pims. It was like this. Do you know what? I was moaning earlier because the weather's been a bit
yeah.
But this summer was elite. Like, when I think back onto summer, I was like, oh, it was actually such good vibes. I come home every day and would watch the Olympics, like binge it.
Guys, I didn't watch a single Olympics anything.
To be fair, I don't usually. I got addicted this year.
No, to be fair, I saw clips here and there. Like, when I went to Greece, I saw like clips at the airport because they were showing it at the airport. But I just didn't sit still enough to sit and actually watch something.
Yeah, we're very different.
Yes.
I was like, yes, TV. Mate, there were just so many phenomenal like athletes. I was just in awe.
Yeah, no, then, to be fair, actually, what I'm excited for and what I will make an effort to watch is the Paralympics.
I'm going to watch that this year.
These men are superhuman. Like, it's actually insane. So I will watch that.
Yeah, my manager was saying the other day they're gonna bring out a superhuman not Olympics, but something in the sense that they're allowed to take enhancing performance drugs. Yeah,
I like the idea of that.
me too. We're not promoting drug use, but how sick does that sound?
That sounds
And then we were
interesting.
talking at work, and they were like, "Could you imagine if you took the drugs, performed, and didn't even beat someone who performed without the drugs? Like you're risking your health credibility."
Oh yes.
Yeah, that too.
Sorry,
Health fanatic.
I actually hate when people finish my sentences. Like I was on a date once, and this guy kept finishing my sentences. I actually wanted to, like, shut up, bruv. Like you don't know what I'm gonna say next. He kept guessing it wrong, and I just did that. So I'm just giving
No, I
myself
don't
a-
mind it. It reminds me of Frozen when they're like, "We finish each other's sandwiches."
Yeah.
Going off piste here.
Yeah.
But that was me. I'm still houseless. There's no house. We shall not talk
Oh.
about such house. It's not meant to be. Yeah.
It might. It's
Guys,
just,
who knows?
turns out, guys, buying a house, it's not even about the money.
No.
It's not about that. It's about all these other logistics that you don't think about. Because, like, my parents went through this as well. Like, it's so hard.
It's terrible. Wouldn't recommend. 0 out of 10. Boy. Yeah, that's where we're at. If by the end of this year I have a house, I'll actually cry on screen. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
What else happened to me? I'm not sure what else happened to me. I think that was it. Life's just been life and been working mad hours.
So, okay, Ellie loves her new job, but you can take a girl out of the situation, but you cannot take the situation out of the girl.
Honestly, episode incoming on procrastination.
Oh.
I'm at this stage in my life, I feel like I'm just rambling now, but this is what this episode's for. Guys, Maggie Falls actually has the same thing, but I'm at this stage in my life where, am I a hard worker? Am I working till 3 a.m. because I'm a hard worker and I'm putting in the grind? Or am I working till 3 a.m. because I procrastinated 9 till 5?
Yes, that's me. That is me.
I'm at war with myself.
I'm at war.
Like, we're at war. Are we hard workers? Or are we just shit at working when we're meant to be working so that now we're working overtime?
I can tell you now that I'm just shit at working. Because it's like, when I'm in the office, I don't feel as bad because I'm like chatting to people. So I'm like networking.
Basically.
At home, and I actually feel like my phone is ruining my brain.
Oh,
I think it's like, I think my attention span is ridiculous. Oh, sorry, look at my muscle.
Damn, flex.
I think my attention span has gone out of the window because I'm so like, the thing is, I don't think I'm addicted to my phone because on the weekends and stuff, I won't even scroll on TikTok or anything. It's only when I'm working. Because I was going to say because I have nothing else to do, but I have a whole job to do.
Yeah.
And I just, it's a sickness. I feel sick.
No,
but
I
also
hear it.
like, because I'm like, just delete the app then. But then the joy that I get from like scrolling and stuff is not, it's not in a toxic way. It's like, wow, this is really funny. Like I've laughed today.
I'm not sure why I love Instagram. Oh, I love looking at home. I love looking at organisational videos.
Oh.
It's like, this is my spice rack.
Yeah.
So good.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm whispering. But yeah, I wake up and go on my phone.
Yeah.
And that is the first thing I do in the morning. It's so bad. Sure, you just inspired me. Guys, have you wake up?
Yeah, no, I just heard like burps. I was trying to swallow them. Yeah.
There's gonna be an episode where I'm gonna go a whole day without going on my phone. A whole day.
See,
I
I
might even try
can't
it
do
this
that
Sunday.
because, like, my thing is I have to have my phone because if my family call,
Yeah.
like the immediate, like if my brother calls mainly,
Yeah.
and then all my mum and dad, so I can't go cold turkey. And how do you get about in life without a phone these days?
Well, I'm gonna be with Billy all of Sunday.
Oh, okay.
So my thought is, if I wake up, get him to text my mum, tell her that we're coming for dinner, and what time we'll be there, and I'll just won't go on my phone.
Yeah, that's good. A detox day.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it this
good.
Sunday.
So I actually the other day, because I'm fed up with myself. Like I'm actually like irritating myself because of the amount of time I'm spending on my phone. And just like I have all these like really nasty habits at the moment, which are pissing me off. Not nasty as in dirty, like nasty as in I hate this about myself.
I am so with you.
No, so I
No, I
like
don't hate it about you. I hate it about me.
yeah, you need to change. But there's so many like habits that I'm like, I hate that about myself. So I'm writing down the best version of me. What does that look like? But then I'm working backwards. I know.
I literally had the thought to do this today. I didn't do it, but I had the thought.
My plan is to do it tomorrow. Because I actually have like an afternoon free, hopefully.
This is mental.
Yeah. And I'm so basically, like, for example, the best version of myself won't scroll on my phone all day.
Amen.
But I'm also a realist and I still need that time. Like, I still want to engage and live in this social media. So I just won't go on my phone until I've finished work, until I've clocked off for the day.
I like that.
There's nothing I need to see on Instagram that I can't wait until after work. And then what I notice is I don't go on my phone that much when I'm not working. So I'll actually just use it less anyways, because I'm occupied doing other things.
That's very good.
We can do an episode on this actually. Let's go away and do this and then we'll discuss it.
Yeah. Go on, give us one more. You've started. I'm intrigued.
Okay.
I'm not going to steal them, I promise.
Another one is I want to read every day.
Oh, I love that. Yeah.
Look, so I want to read a book. Another update is that I've started a book club at work.
You haven't?
That's
so nice.
This means I'm reading a book every month, which I'm so happy about.
That's so good.
We're on the 23rd of August. I started this month's book today because I've been so ridiculous this month that I have not read.
It happens, man.
So the best version of me reads every day.
I like it. 5 pages a day.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly. So just things like that.
Love it.
Yeah.
Whilst we're on this topic here, I'm actually dying inside. Guys, let me tell you what happened with me this year. I feel like we would have been through the same thing. January hit. New year, new me. We were energetic. Yeah. If you watched what would it have been? Season 3. Yeah. If you watched the start of season 3, we were like shedding tears about how far we've come and how motivational we are and how much we've done this, that. Like, we had energy. Honestly, it got to about May when I started my new job, and obviously it gave me a new lease of life.
Yeah.
I was like talking to Billy like we actually switched in May. Because you were anxiety ridden, which is me, and I had meggy energy.
Yeah, you did, I remember.
I said, Billy, rah, I've got this going for me. I've got this. I remember us being on the phone to him and being like, babe, you've actually secured the bag because I am cool. Yeah. I had energy, and I'm not even joking. I had meggy energy.
When I was panicking, I remember we went for that run, and I was telling you all my downfalls. You're like, oh my god, like, yeah, we really swapped.
We did. Can I have it back?
I feel like we're kind of in the same place at the moment.
Yeah, we're a bit level.
We're both a bit like,
yeah,
teetering.
But so last night, it was a Thursday night, I went out, had a couple drinks with my colleagues and got my big mouth again after 2 drinks. For those of you that have listened to our episode on alcoholics, you understand what I'm talking about right now. Scroll back to like season 2. And it just made me deep life again. And I was just like, Ellie, you need to sort your shit out. Yeah. I've gone, like, the peaks and troughs that you experience over a year are just mental. I'm not sure what on my New Year's resolution I've achieved, if anything. But yeah, I'm definitely at a low right now.
And that's why I was like, I need to realign my chakras.
Yeah, I like it.
But that's why I was like, because I remember when we did manifestation session and then I went and weighed and did one on my own.
Yeah.
And then I think I need to do that again because it really just focused me on like, what do I actually, and it's not about like, I need £1 million by the end of the year. It's just what am I working towards? Because before I was working towards the CFA and like all of these other things. And as soon as I came back, so I went on a work trip. I'll talk about that in a second. As soon as I came back from that work trip, it was like CFA's done. That work trip is done. The big things that I was stressing about was done. Yeah. And I was like, I'm just going to be a mess now. Like, and I've been being a mess. And it's now August. Like I need to regurgitate back to
Honey is like basically September.
Exactly. So I basically had summer off. Even the pod, like we weren't recording, so there was no structure to that, because that gives me structure too.
I felt off, boy.
Oh, so let me talk about this Philippines trip.
Yes, with it.
So one of the things on my personal goals, which guys, it's so cute to write personal goals because sometimes you achieve them a lot sooner than you think. Like one of them was to have a paid for work trip abroad, and then it happened, and I was like, what? So I had the opportunity to go to the Philippines to do I basically had to deliver training to bankers and investors out there. And then I also had to sit on a panel.
Which is just mad. Can we actually just do a whole Philippines?
I know, it was so
crazy.
Insane.
Like what, 2-3 years into your career?
Yeah. Honestly, shout out to my manager, although I hope she never listens to this podcast ever in her life. But shout out to her because she's really like from the get-go, she's like, I want to build your CV. Like let's build it. And she's given I started in like March and you're trusting me to go abroad already. Like anyways, love her down. And so I went to the Philippines. It was really nice. Like the first thing I had to do was the panel. I'm more lax about the panel because I've done one before, and it's like it's only a certain amount of time and then it's done. Like the worst thing that can happen is people ask you a question you don't know the answer to, but you can actually just say, that's a great question. I'll come back to you on that. So that's okay. The thing I was nervous for was, so I was delivering training from 9 to 6 across 2 days to people who are like, have like 30 years experience in this industry. And here comes me. Like I've learned the term finance 2 days ago. Like, and I'm meant to be teaching them something. And the bank that paid for us to do this, I met with the woman before, like the night before, and she was basically saying like, I'm so tired of like these people that come straight out of uni thinking they know all of this, blah, blah. She obviously didn't clock my age because I was like,
is it the wrinkles or is it maturity?
What is it? Because, to be fair, I was stressed then. So. And I was just like, yeah. And she was just like cussing out people our age basically. And I was
so cool.
And that contract between them and us was already on the brinks because the person who managed it left. So there was a lot of pressure to like secure it. And I was so panicked, guys, that I literally, the night before it was like, and also I'm fucking jet lagged. Like Philippines is on a whole other time zone.
And you had only just done your CFA, right?
I just did my CFA. The next week I went to the Philippines.
Still panicking about the results.
Like not knowing what's going on with that. So many things. And so it's the night. So I've done the panel. That went well. I was really happy. Great. And then so now I'm preparing for this 2-day training. I woke up at like 2 a.m. or something. No, I couldn't sleep. I finally went to sleep at 2. I woke up at 3. And I was waking up with anxiety. I'm not even an anxious person.
No, you're not.
I know on this podcast, if you don't know me, it probably sounds like this bitch is stressed, but I'm actually so chill in real life.
Yeah, you never get anxiety.
I've never felt that in my life.
Because Maggie would look at me and just be like, why? Like, how? What is this feeling you're feeling? What does it feel like?
I never, honestly,
paint me a picture.
I never knew what this feeling was. And like, I was waking up and I was like, oh my gosh, like, and then I'd like try to go to sleep and then I'd wake up just as I was falling asleep because I was so anxious.
I hate it.
And then I had like this horrible feeling because I felt so guilty because I was like, how fucking dare I feel like this? And I was crying. I was like, how dare I cry when I'm literally like, guys, this hotel they put me up in was disgustingly nice. Like it was like 5-star. I've never been in such a nice establishment in my life.
I got the pictures. It was pretty good.
And I was sitting on this fuck off bed with this fuck off view and crying. I'm like, how dare I cry when this is what I wanted? Like, this is what I asked for. Now I have it and I'm crying. And then I started
life.
I know, but I started, obviously I'm in my head.
Yeah. Now you're bullying yourself.
I'm bullying myself. You know, if you've watched Inside Out 2, you've watched it, that scene where anxiety's running around. Like, that was my brain. Like, I was running around like, you bitch, basically. And then I was like,
What banger.
I started panicking more because I was like, you want to be an executive? Like, how are you ever going to lead anything if a little training day is like putting you up like this? Like,
I
having you up
can't
in the
imagine
middle
you
of the night?
talking to yourself like this. It's mental.
Ellie, I was going through it. I was going through it. I was going through it. And I couldn't speak to anyone because of the time difference. And to be honest, I didn't even think about reaching out to anyone. I was just like, so what I did, because I'm really in my faith bag too, right at the moment, especially during that CFA phase, I was just like, I literally was like, in the name of Jesus, this anxiety will go away. And I'm not joking, like magic, in like 15 seconds, like I just started to feel better.
I love it.
Like it's actually insane. Like, and I was like, okay, it's okay. Like, you've prepared. And then I started being more rational again. I was like, you've prepared, you've put in the work. Now God's going to carry you through. Like, you're actually going to be okay. And so eventually I managed to sleep the 2 hours I had left. And then I got ready and like, I started feeling like that small bit of nervous, but normal, not anxious, just normal nervousness of like speaking in front of an audience. And I'd just be like, it's fine, like God's with you. And then it went really well. Like, it went so well.
No,
oh, sorry, I thought you were crying.
Guys, I'm really sorry. I just ruined a beautiful moment because it's 10 o'clock at night.
I thought you were crying.
And I yawned because I've not been sleeping because I've been working so hard. And when I yawn, I cry. And Maggie thought I was emotional. But I am emotional for you in the same breath.
Oh, so that.
Because I feel like you have come so far and you've done phenomenal.
No, it was great.
Continue.
It was really good. It was really good. And like at the end, I was like, I remember when it finished, I went into my hotel room and I was like, oh my God, it's done. And then my colleague messaged me. He was like, do you want to go for a drink? I was like, not really. I don't know with you. I don't want to talk anymore. But yes,
oh,
sure.
Yeah.
And when I went upstairs, the like people from the bank were there, so it was just like further networking. I was just exhausted. But then after that, I went to my room, and for the first time ever, I ordered room service, which I've never done in my life.
It's given Home Alone. When he's in the hotel.
That's exactly how I felt. I like showered, put on the robe. And like sat in my bed and like put on a film that I'd been wanting to watch for ages because I hadn't watched anything because of CFA. And I just was there eating a burger and chips and I was like, it's the best night of my life.
I love it.
I don't know if anything will top this.
You were me.
Yes.
When would Maggie want to stay in?
Oh, honestly, I loved it. And then the next week I took off as annual leave, which was perfectly timed. And I went to the islands in the Philippines to like have an actual holiday. Oh, but the first day of the holiday, let me tell you about that. So I've booked a boat tour.
Yeah, I don't think I've heard this.
You have.
Oh, okay.
You'll remember. I booked a boat tour to visit the islands because I only had 1 week annual leave in it. So I needed to do things quick. And also it was rainy seasons in the Philippines. So I was like, any day of sun, you're just going to wear your tiniest, skinniest bikini and just tan for that whole day. So this day was sunny. I was like, this might be my only day of sun. Like, it might rain for the rest of the week. It didn't, but I didn't know that. So I get on the boat, no towel, no cover up, nothing. Just me and my thong bikini.
Yeah.
I get on and I'm like, holiday, having a good time. Someone taps me on my shoulder.
You haven't told me this.
Have I not?
No.
Oh my God, maybe I saved it for the podcast.
Tell me.
Someone taps me on my shoulder with an English accent and I'm like, who? I turn around and like, Mickey, and I'm like, hi. Do you know who it is? People I'd met at the conference the week before that I was in Manila.
You did not tell me this.
I think I saved, yeah. Guys.
That's so good.
I need you to deep who these people are. They work for the UK government and the other half work for the United Nations.
I'm hot. Oh my God.
And they're all on the boat with me. And I've got my thong bikini. And because they're all white, they're wearing UV tops and UV shorts.
I am done.
So even the girls don't have bikinis on. They're wearing full-on t-shirts, and I'm like, how do I hide this batty hole right now? Yeah.
No, that is the best story I've heard in a really long time. That is so good.
When I was like, no way. No way. No way.
Was there other people on board with bikinis?
There were other Filipinos,
Okay.
but in the Philippines in general, it's in a lot of Asian countries, like they don't want to look more tanned because it's a like sign of your class. So they're all covered up too. So I'm the only slut on that fucking boat wearing the tiniest bikini ever. And then I'm like, I'm panicking. I'm literally panicking because they saw me speak on the panel. Like
this is crazy.
In their heads, I'm serious. So I'm sitting there and I'm like, well, there's nothing I can do about it. I can't cover up because I have no clothes. And there's nothing on this boat. So I'm like, just embrace it. Just embrace it. So I'm like, okay, cool. I'm just going to have to be comfortable. I'm talking about hydrogen with these men.
That is making I would have cried. They ruined your holiday. Why am I talking about work when I'm on a boat in the Philippines?
We're talking about work. And I'm like, I'm really trying to unwind after the CFA and this hectic phase of my life. And I can't. And we're talking about all these like things. And then the boat tour ends. And they're like, oh, come to dinner with us. And at this point, I'm thinking this could be a good client relationship.
That's true.
So I'm like, let me get changed. Yeah. So I go and put on normal clothes. But at this point, I don't even care, right? We go for dinner, and the hostel that I'm staying at is having a pool party on this night.
Fun.
And I wanted to go. And it was also Pride in El Nido at that time. So I was like, I'm definitely going to go to that.
That would have been vibes.
So I had dinner with them. And then I was like, oh, okay, I've got to go now. And they're like, oh, like, what are you doing? Stupidly, because I wasn't thinking, I told them. And they're like, oh, you're like leaving us to go for better plans, yeah? And then I was like, well, you can come with if you want. Thinking they'd say no, because they're like in their 30s.
Absolutely not.
So they come with me.
in their UV tops to the pool party.
To the Pride pool party.
Oh, no.
Hosted by my hostel.
No.
And you know what hostel behavior is like? Like, people are like standing on tables and all of this. I'm like, I can't believe this is happening. I get to the pool party and they're like giving shots and stuff. I'm like, oh, like, let's do a shot. Two of them said no. I was like, okay.
Why come?
Why come? Like, why are you ruining my night? And then I see people that I'd met the night before and they're all like calling me over and I'm like, oh, I have to sit with these people.
Oh my goodness.
Terrible. It was terrible, guys. It was fucking terrible.
Maggie, I'm so glad you saved that. That has got to be the best story I've heard all year. That's like movie quality.
It was, I couldn't believe.
You couldn't make it up.
I couldn't make it up.
Oh my God.
I literally said, I told my manager this and she was like, right, if anyone gets any deals with the UN, we know why, thanks to Maggie's ass.
Oh, that's so good.
Yeah.
That's made my night. That's made my week. That's made my year. That is so good.
The rest of the holiday was great. It was lovely.
I can't believe they fucking came with me to a pool party.
I can't believe it either. I can't believe it. But yeah.
Honestly, where did we go from here?
That's the Philippines story.
That is fantastic. I feel like we should end on a high.
Yeah, I think so. Well, guys.
Thank you so much for listening. We hope you enjoyed us ramble on. I personally just had a whale of a time just now. That was phenomenal.
Yeah, me too.
Welcome back to Grown Ups the Podcast Season 4. Yay. We hope this is our best yet. We have so much more to bring you. Guys, if you want us to discuss anything topical, anything work or life related, please do send it in to grownupspodcast@gmail.com or
DM us at Grown Ups the Podcast.
See you next week.